What's up, guys, and welcome to the Duel Links Entertainment YouTube channel. We've got another episode of our meta-analysis series for you today, and I'm joined by Circus and Mithyard, the Duel Links meta Shiranui expert, as well as a finalist in an MCS. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Yeah, so we brought Mithyard in today because, like we said, he's the Shiranui expert. This is a deck that's been real dominant lately. A lot of people have been saying it's been needed a nerf for a long time. It's finally happened. What did Konami do? They hit two key cards in it, and we're going to see how much that affects the deck. The first one they hit was the grass looks greener. They limited that to 1, and then they hit Shiranui Spectral Sword, and they limited that to 2. Mithyard, grass looks greener, limited to 1. How hard does this hit the deck?
They basically destroyed the whole concept of the deck because Grass Greener is definitely the key card of the whole 30-card decks. And with Grass Looks Greener out, the deck's gonna adapt to different engines.
Right, because you fill the grave up with your stuff from your deck, and that becomes like your second hand, basically.
Yeah, Graveyard is your second hand for this deck.
Right.
True.
So they limit that to 1. It's obviously a lot harder to pull that combo off. Shiranui Spectral Sword. What do you think about that being limited to 2?
Well, while it was played I think it was played at max at 1 in like 30-card Shiranui, it definitely is a big hit for 20-card Shiranui. You cannot play Treacherous Trap Hole, Enemy Controller, and Ward Legacy Clash in 20-card builds anymore. You're probably going to play like Floodgates, Wall of Dees, Canadius, and stuff like that. But for 30-card Shiranui, it's not a big hit. You just cannot play staples like Enemy Controllers, Ward Legacy Clash, Hate Grenade, those spell staples. So you can just probably going to play less powerful spells, but still your build going to be pretty good.
Yeah, this is going to be a recurring theme that we see, the powerful decks at the top of the meta losing their semi-limited card options after their first nerf.
Yep, we already saw that for different decks, and now Shiranui also received that.
All right, so we're going to take a look at a deck list, what it looked like before the ban list. This is something we've seen as an MCS top 4 deck, right?
Yeah, Andy Sunk played that in MCS 26.
Okay.
And he made top 4 with that.
All right, so why don't you talk about the deck a little bit? What made it so great?
Okay, so he played Ninetail Fox to play it around Floodgates and Canadius and all the face-down cards. All the cards that put Shiranui to face-down position. So you have Ninetail Fox to tribute them off so he doesn't clog his field. He plays 3 Needlebug Nest in case he play a lot of mirror matches. He expected a lot of mirror matches. And he played on the 2 traps. He didn't need to. Mistaken Arrest was a staple. Countered Dark Lords, countered Dark Magician, countered what other decks? Cristrons, all decks that search, even ritual-based search. And yeah, pretty much it. Other cards are pretty staple for 30-card Shiranui back then.
Okay, so I see here there's only 1 Spectral Sword, like you were saying, in the deck to begin with, but we do see 2, or an Econ and a Clash, so that's where we're going to see a change in that area, right?
Yeah, probably we're going to keep playing just 1 level 2 tuner, or maybe increase to 2 level 2 tuners, we don't know. But yeah, just 1 spot for a staple spell card.
Right, and that grass looks greener. That's kind of tough playing it at 1, don't you think?
Yeah, grass looks greener, tough. 1 is indeed a very tough choice. So the deck need to adapt to a new engine that came in the last box. This engine is Lightsworn. Lightsworns are very big male engine, both in TCG and in Duel Links. I think it's going to be a very, very big one. So, for example, yes, we have only 1 Grass Looks Greener, but we have 3 Charge of Light Brigade. Charge of Light Brigade lets you send 3 cards from top of your deck, add a Lightsworn, and all Lightsworns mills more. So this mills 3, then it adds a card, so at least 4 cards out of your deck. Then you normal summon the Lightsworn, and it mills either 3 or 4. So at least 8 cards out of your deck and 7 cards milled. Something like that. So
I know you got 30 cards, but aren't you worried you're going to mill yourself out at some point?
No, because game's gonna end quicker than, for example, regular Lightsworns. Charge of Light Brigade and Lightsworns basically your grass looks greener. It's milled the same amount of cards, even sometimes more than you can mill, for example, against the Fed decks. It usually was popular just to counter 30 card Shiranui decks to counter the grass looks greener mills. Like Fed Sabers, 30 card Crystons, 30 card Thunders. Now Lightsworn can just say, I don't care anymore. We are milling not based on our opponent's deck.
We're milling on our terms now.
Yep, that is our terms. And we play 3. This is basically theory right now. I'm not going to tell that this deck is 100% the best way. It's just how I see the deck going to be. We play 3 Charge of Light Brigade and 3 cards to search. Lila and Raikou for... Lila is definitely for going second to pop a back row. Thunder is good against Element Sabers to pop a Palace, to instantly trigger Maleo effect to flip for Lila face down. We have Raiden for going first turn option, and we have Raikou for boss going first and going second turn options. So for example, if you activate Charge Light Brigade and mill the Lightsworn, you can just search for Raikou and set it. And that's a decent turn 1 play.
See. Now, my next question for you is, do you think with the ban list in effect as well as the main box, do you think the new way to play Shiranui is an improvement from the old way, or is it still hindered in some aspects from losing cards like Grass is Greener?
It's hard to say, because even though you're milling less than usual, you're milling consistently.
Right, that's a big factor.
Yeah,
with Grass is Greener, it's one shot in the beginning and you're done.
Yeah, basically, if your Grass was Greener, could counter it by, for example, Silent Magician. Dark Magician usually switch to that build in the late February or something like that. So your Grass looks Greener, you need to open 2-2 and play that. And with Lightsworns, it's not the case, because Charge of Light Brigade is a cost. You're still going to consistently mill at least 3 cards. And that is at maximum what you milled against Fed Saber, for example.
But you said it's a cost, so you mill and then they negate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charge of Light Brigade, it mills 3 cards from the top of your deck as a cost.
Okay, so even if they negate it, you got what you wanted out of it.
Yeah,
right.
You can mill pretty good with just 3 cards.
So how do you think this is going to match up against other decks moving forward? I know it's real early to tell. We're theory crafting here, but with what you have, I mean, what do you think?
Against Dark Lords, it's 50-50 unless they play No Mortal Can Resist, which is a kind of popular skill for Dark Lords right now.
Which just totally ruins your graveyard, yeah.
Yeah, completely. Like we said that graveyard is our second hand, and if our second hand is full of Skull Servants, we can do anything.
Yeah. All right. How about Invoke?
Invoked is okay. We have a lot of House of Kakaitis. We even have Raikou. Raiku's on target removal. And we never had any problems with Kakaitis anyway. So Invoke is like probably 30-17 in our favor.
All right, and how about some of the newer decks, right? Blue Eyes, Lunalights. How does this deck match up?
Against Blue Eyes usually struggle to out the boss monster of Shiranui. Saga is like bigger for it has 3,500 attack. It's bigger than all of the Blue Eyes. The only way to out Saga is go for Spirit. Tribute Spirit to go for Michael, and Michael pay 1,000 to banish, but this leaves them defenseless. And once Saga is banished, we can always banish our Solitaire to reborn Saga back on the field. So yeah, it's Blue Eyes matchup feels really favorable.
What about Dark Magician? That deck's everywhere.
Kaiko is still a big problem, but because of Raikou and, for example, Lila is really good against Dark Magician. Same as against the Element Sabers. You normally summon Lila and they are forced to banish it because Lila can just pop a back row. If it was Navigation, they need to chain it anyway. If it was Treacherous, we just played around Treacherous.
All right, man. That's a lot of great information. I can't wait to see how this plays out over the next couple of weeks. We're going to have you back on the show, talk about it. We'll see how you've changed the deck and how the deck is faring. There's going to be a lot of tournaments coming up. So I can't wait to find out how it does. So thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Twitch, follow us on Twitter. What else, Kamell? What else can they do?
First, you can check out Mithyard's Twitch channel in the description, and check out, just like Circus said, our Discord, Twitch, and Twitter, all places where you can find us at, watch our stuff, and enter our events. So yeah, thanks for coming.
All right, take it easy, guys. See you later.
Goodbye.
So. What's up, guys, and welcome to the Duel Links Entertainment YouTube channel. We've got another episode of our meta-analysis series, and I'm joined today by Circus and Schmet.
Schmet.